fun work is about to begin. All right, once I start getting to this point, as I put in a couple reference lines, so I've marked a line out on my back and on my belly, which is right where my Sia fade runs out. So I do not want to be removing any material on this side of that line. So from this point forward, we're going to be removing out here to the tips, because we're right there. We're in alignment. We're just taking down the rest of what's left. I put a mark in the center of the belly side of the tip and a mark, hopefully you can see that, in the center of the tip on the back side. And really we're just going to be taking material off and kind of giving this not a round, but more of a football shaped, kind of an elliptical shape to this tip down here to remove as much mass as we can. You see it's starting to take shape here. Very narrow tips. They're still blocky, which makes them look a little thicker, but fact of the matter is they're barely the width of a pencil. So a little more thinning out, you know, shaping in terms of thinning out on the tip. Pretty excited about how these tip overlays are going to work out. Not ever done anything quite like this. It is similar to a style of overlay that I saw highlighted on a bow posted somewhere on social media by Michael Newman, and I fell in love with the look, and kind of wanted to emulate it ever since I saw it for the first time. And so this is going to be that attempt. When this is said and done, it's going to be just very slight, the amount of horn that's right here, and just enough string groove to house the string and keep it on the bow, thereby really A, I think it just looks elegant, and B, it's going to reduce a lot of excessive mass out here at the tips, which are usually a pretty large piece of Sia. Immediate goal at this point, of course, is to make sure everything is lined up. So hopefully you can kind of see in here that I am in pretty good alignment tip to tip. From that point now, we need to start narrowing out these tips really well. And we're going to start by really narrowing out the belly side, because this is where you can see this is a point of contact for the string, and that's going to be a abrasion point that we need to smooth out and ensure that the string is moving fluidly along the Sia at that point. So working on getting that alignment right. So you can kind of see the reveal of the opposing limb off of the closest limb here. We're going to check the other side for the same thing. And then you can see how narrow we're getting here. On the belly side, we're just wider than a pencil. So going to continue working on narrowing these limbs, or narrowing the tips down. But before we go any further with that, it's time to get started on the grip. I would really like to start actually putting arrows through this bow before we finalize those tips. Here are the dimensions that I am going to use to at least put the initial shape of the grip in. There we go. Got the grip all. It's not final form yet. Nice little bulby grip right there. Got a string on there. Some narrow tips. We're going to take this out and I'm going to put a few arrows through her. A little off target, but it's sending them downrange pretty fast. String follow that it's taking at this point is pretty significant. What I do know is that it's shooting very fast. Oh, hopefully that arrow's in one piece. So put probably at least, I don't know, 40 or 50 arrows through this bow at this point. Behaving very well. Did a little bit of work here on the grip. And of course, narrowing out these tips really well. So at this point, it's just a matter of continuing to refine the shape and get it exactly the way I want it. Showing still like 1/8 of an inch positive tiller here. Have shot it both with fingers and with thumb release, and seems to be operating well either way. Definitely going to need to get some arrows that are going to spine out just a little bit weaker than what I'm shooting out of it right now, so that it can get around this neck, and or I need to narrow this down some more, which, you know, will probably do a little bit of both. Letting the epoxy cure here on the strike plates, the horn inlaid strike plates that put in there. So we'll let those dry and then sand them down even with the grip. And then you'll be able to see here that I kind of struck some lines on the edges of my limbs here to kind of give me reference marks as to what to take off over at the sander. And I'm going to really just start aggressively narrowing these tips. All right, tips have been narrowed down pretty significantly. There's a pencil just to kind of give you a frame of reference as to what's going on there. Nice taper to the limbs all the way out to the tips, and then have shaped down the grip here at the arrow pass and the remainder, of course. And I think we're getting or we're ready to string this up now and make sure everything stays in alignment. At this point, you know, guys, it's peek and tweak is just about done. Have these tips really narrowed down here, and maybe you can see the alignment on the bow. Everything's looking really pretty good. This bow is done as far as the peaking and tweaking is concerned. At this point, it's just sanding it down, putting a finish on it, giving it a grip, really polishing out the horn accents here, and going from there. So guys, one of the things I really like about shellac is that it dries so quickly. At least where I'm at, it does. And I can get very quick results, very quick and very amazing results. All right, so this bow is 50 pounds at 28 inches, and I knew it felt pretty light in the hand. But guys, just over 14 ounces. Holy smokes. Now I understand why it's so fast. Finished product turned out really quite nice. The tips came out really quite narrow. The finish looks really pretty good. Got strike plates on both finger side, thumb side, or finger side, thumb side if you're left-handed. And I'm really quite happy with not only the tiller but the way it shoots. Those real lightweight, light mass tips are phenomenal. The finished weight on her was 50 pounds at 28 inches. Decided to go ahead and put on a rattan grip. Guys, probably one of the most versatile and really quite comfortable, great grips you can do. And I know I didn't go over much as far as how that was done. It just kind of appeared here. Give this next video a watch if this is something that interests you. I take you right through the whole process. Guys, thanks for joining me this week, and I will catch up with you next week.